This video is for the tackles. Here we're running counter to the right. Alton, this is a good job stepping down. This is exactly what we need to do. We can step down and actually help out with this one technique, and then you can work back to the five. After you help out with the one, then you can fully turn back and block the five. Okay, Trent, you need to shuffle down, leading with this foot. This foot should be in front. Since you don't lead with this foot, you step with your back foot. This is where we get this awkward um, stance, and you don't generate any power into the three technique. You need to shuffle down and get this foot in front. Um, that way we can generate more power. Your pad levels needs to be lower on the hip. Okay, but we do work up to the linebacker, but you need to settle your feet. You don't maintain the block. Make sure you get your hands inside. Okay, here we're running power to the left. Alton, you need to work more so here to get this guy over into your gap. That's what ultimately what we're trying to accomplish is getting this guy over into your gap. So you need to take him and throw him over into your gap. Marlowe could be doing a lot better job at hitting the hip and helping. Okay. But be aggressive with that inside hand and really throw him over into your gap. Trent, you need to fully block this three technique. That's your job. You need to step down and block him right away. That's your job. Alton, this is good. Okay, Mosman, you have the same trouble as Trent. You need to lead with that foot. You don't, so you're kind of in this awkward position with your feet. You need to be lower on the hip. That's why we don't generate any movement here on the three technique. Okay, we're running trap up front, so we rip inside. We're doubling. Gabe, this is a good job ripping inside and then just sit there and then just sit. Mosman, good job stepping down and taking all of the three technique. Gabe, make sure you don't cross your feet over on pass protection. You see here where you cross your feet over, this is a time where it's easily to get rid of you. So make sure you keep a wide base during pass protection. Trent, this is a good job here by you. I like your up step here. I love your hand placement. That's perfect. Okay, that's a very nice job. Okay, here we're running boot to the left. Um, Gabe, I don't know if you did this because you know that that guy was probably going to slant in, but this is a good job here. Your rule is gap on, so really you should step down to your gap, and as that guy slants into your gap, that's who you would pick up. So that's a good job. Hey Trent, I understand what you do here. It looks like this guy is gonna cross into is trying to cross face, and so you just take the five technique. Um, it would be great if you could try to get a hand on the three before you work to the five, but we get this backside shut off, which is good. Okay, Mosman, we need to try to work a little bit more up first. Um, this is kind of a different scenario here, where these backers are walked up. Usually that backer would be back there, and Mosman, that's usually who you would block. Um, and just because of where they're aligned, that's who our H ends up picking up. So I guess what you do here is fine. Uh, just make sure for sure that, yeah, I'd say what you did here was fine. This is kind of a unique scenario. Good job, Gabe, stepping down. This guy crosses his face into your gap, so you end up taking him. Try to get your head to the play side though and cut him off. Okay, Alton, try to get your outside hand to the sternum here. Alton, look at Mosman here with his inside or his outside arm right there on the chest, and then he runs this guy out. That's excellent. Trent, you need to fully get the three technique here. This double team looks a lot better. And now I'm more worried about trying to get this guy over here into the gap than driving him straight back. The more we can move this guy laterally this way, I think is better. Um, because their linebacker isn't gonna, their linebacker is gonna go here. And Alton, I hope that you would get off and block him if he did that. Okay, here we run power right. So once again, Trent, you need to step with that play side foot first, or your gap side foot first, and gallop down so you don't get in this weird, awkward position with your feet. Okay, and then we need to make sure we block this guy. Okay, we need to be ready to come off on the linebacker when he triggers. Alton, this is a much nicer job stepping down on the wheel and seal. Okay, this is truck left. That's a good job, Alton. Okay, Mosman, you have a guy in your gap, so you should be scooping this guy. Okay, you should be getting to his play side shoulder and scooping him and cut him off. You need to go get that guy. Gabe and Bozeman, that's both an excellent job. Gabe, that's a good job. Brent, that's a better step, but I want you to gallop and take short, chop your steps. Okay. Don't take a big second step. Okay. That's the linebacker you're working to, Trent. So if he works over the top, you need to go block him. That's who you should be going to, the guy who makes the tackle there. Okay, this is a good job picking up the guy that ends up coming to your gap. That's good. Trent, you got to take all of the three technique. Okay, Gabe and Mosman, that's good from both you guys. Okay, Alton, very nice. Mosman, I wish you would gallop down and hit the hip. You'd get better contact. We do get decent movement, but we get better contact if we did that. Okay. All right. Overall, that's pretty decent job there, guys.